Howdy, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Card Blitz. I'm your host, Kelly Reed, joined by my good buddy, Patrick Marshall. Patrick, how's it going, man?
What's up, Kelly? How's it going?
Oh, well, it's another day in the neighborhood, and we're here to talk cards, man.
Oh, yeah, talking cards is good. It's nice to come inside out of this heat. So feels good. Been working on my back deck and it's completed. So can't wait to spend some more time out there and enjoy it now for the rest of the summer. But man, I need to come inside. So perfect time to talk about cards. Let's do it.
That'll work, man. Well, let's just get into some show and tell then.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, well, I guess I'll show off and
Yeah, lead off.
man, I've got finally completed. So excited. I completed my 1981 top set, baseball set.
Nice. There you
With
go.
who? Ken Griffey, the kid's dad. I finally got this, man. But these things, 81 Tops baseball's been like, I don't know, man. It's like starting to surge in appreciation and value with collectors. And I guess it's the low-hanging fruit, after you get through the 70s and 1980. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty happy to complete this set. It's another one of those childhood sets, and now it's done, man. I can enjoy it in its complete uh, entirety.
Yeah, besides the 80, and then you've got the 80 with the Henderson and 82 with Ripken and 83 with Boggs, Sandberg, I mean that and Gwynn. I mean those it starts getting, it's hard to find some of these sets now. So,
That and it's like finding them in decent condition.
yeah.
Everyone wants a pretty penny for anything that would be considered like excellent or excellent plus. And I'm like, really? 1981 tops? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, I just
Yeah,
remember those used to be like nickel and dime cards. And now,
that's
man,
right.
it's like, yeah, they're like, hey, we want $2, $5. I'm like, whoa.
I still treat them as nickel and dime cards, just so you know.
I know, retro guy here.
Yep. All right,
How
man.
about you, man?
Yeah, for my show and tell, I was going through some old cards and came across some new ones. And they've got this 2001 Upper Deck Ovation Jimmy Rollins card, but it's numbered. And I've never noticed that I even had that before. So I thought this was pretty sweet. It's out of 2000. It's number 1128. But these are cool cards. I remember buying these back in the day, right before my collecting days kind of took a hiatus for a while. And these Upper Deck are pretty nice. So
Oh yeah, man. Those ovation cards,
I like those.
yeah, I think I'm working on either a 2000 or 2001 set.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, no, they're sweet and boss cards, and designed kind of like a baseball in the front, and
Yeah.
ray with the raised fonts and stuff. It's cool looking.
You should let me know what you need because I've got a bunch of 2001s, apparently.
All right, I'll be in touch, sir, and
Yeah.
let's knock out another Card Blitz card set.
There you go.
You mentioned a numbered card. Well, I've got a numbered card, and it's funny how we're kind of on the same page with that. Mine though is of this the big cat, Andres Galarraga.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, do
Yeah.
you remember these from 1994 Donruss?
I haven't heard that name in a while. That's that's I don't think I've ever seen those, to
Oh
be honest.
man, this Elite series, these were the
Yeah.
rage back in the mid 90s. And speaking of numbered, man, this one's out of 10,000.
Wow. That's hefty.
So in today's numbers, people would freak out. It's like more than 100. Yeah, out of 10,000, you thought you had a great card, man, and a great pool.
That's a good point. I wonder if half the people who have those cards even know they have them. Because the numbers those numbered cards were kind of new back then, from what I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah, and then the insertion rate per pack, and so the print run. If you're cranking out 10,000 per player, and you're inserting them at a certain number per pack,
Yeah.
pack odds, yeah, dude, it would. Who knows how many millions of cards Donruss published or manufactured in 1994, man.
Yeah. That's a cool card though. I like it.
Definitely, man. Shiny, refractory looking, very cool back in the day.
Yeah. Great. That's all I had for show and tell.
Well, that's all I've got for show and tell. So, going with the theme of this episode for today, let's get into unbreakable records, ones that we think that'll stand the test of time. Um, I would like to say though and clarify, like this, I think it'll be volume one because the five that Patrick you came up with and the five I came up with, along with the honorable mention. I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg, man. I
Yeah.
mean, this thing we can do volume two, three, four, five, and maybe if we're lucky, some Card Blitz viewers will throw in some in the comments going, "Hey, what about this record or that record?" And
Yeah.
keep this going like once a year. Unbreakable records.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like let's lead this off then.
All right,
I've
man.
got one.
You're the leadoff hitter.
When I think of unbreakable records, first guy that pops into my head is this guy, Mr. Cal Ripken. This is a pretty sweet 97 Bowman. These were parallels back in the day, and thought it was a really cool card. But Iron Man, Cal Ripken. I mean, 2,632 consecutive games played. I mean, that just to me is a feat that will never be broken. I mean, it took him like 13 something years to beat Lou Gehrig's record, which was impressive as it was already from like 1982 to 1995, and it was 2,131 games, and then he continued to go on and to September 20th, 1998, when he's played in his 2,632nd consecutive game. Um, Obviously a Hall of Famer. I just don't think anyone's going to be able to break that.
Well, the interesting thing is once he broke Garrick's record, he kept going.
I know he kept going.
He didn't take the next night off and go, "Hey, we're good, we're
It was
finished."
like 15 plus seasons, 15 seasons in a row. I mean, that's amazing. And I think he led Major League Baseball in like games played, like 13 seasons out of his career. That's impressive. So, I mean, pretty
I agree
crazy.
with you. I don't think that record's ever going to be broken.
Well, let's put it this way in perspective. So the major league player out there right now who even has a chance to break it has 897 consecutive games played. It's Matt Olson. He started in 2021 and it's 2026. He's been doing it for 4.5, maybe 5 seasons. I mean,
And
he's got.
Olson's also, though, definitely beyond the midpoint of his career, I'd
I
imagine,
know.
right?
Yeah, he's in his 30s. So I mean, how is that going to happen? I don't know. I just don't see it happening. So. So unbreakable Cal Ripken, the Iron Man named
Unbreakable.
Iron Man for a reason. So
Definitely, man. And I remember all the fanfare in the early 90s or the mid 90s and uh when he broke the record, man, and it just kind of like the sporting world stopped and everyone paid their respects to him for like breaking that record and all the Lou Gehrig comparisons and the pressure and yeah, you got to keep trucking, man.
yeah, it was great. That was quite the countdown. I remember that very vividly back in the day. So
Well, my first unbreakable could be breakable, but I don't think it'll be breakable.
oh,
And
okay.
that's Emmitt Smith with his total career rushing yardage of 18,355 rushing yards in his career. This here is a 1996 Pinnacle pigskin insert, number 12 of 12.
Big
I
skin
have kind of like
insert.
this leathery, like
Yeah.
football. So, yeah, if you had the card out of the holder here, you would be able to kind of get that kind of feel to it, like a football pigskin.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, and so for Emmitt Smith, the next closest active player is King Henry, Derrick Henry,
Yeah.
and he's got like 13,000 yards rushing.
Okay.
Now, could he break the 18,000? If he has five consecutive 1,000 yard rushing seasons coming up in his career, yes. However, he's also getting older too.
Yeah.
So this next season I think is pivotal because if he busts out, let's say 12, 1,500 rushing yards,
Yep.
then that record could be broke.
I'm telling you, it's
At this
possible.
time, I think yeah, it's possible. Right now, I think it's unbreakable.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Henry has escaped injury most of his career. He's been pretty fortunate. That does not happen. So odds are against him from doing that. But then again, these guys who set these unbreakable records, they're kind of feats of spectacular nature. It's something that's very unique. So who knows?
And also with the NFL kind of leaning more towards a pass heavy, pass centric kind of offense driven football league.
Yeah,
The days of just handing it off first and second down to the running back, those days are gone, man. So for Derrick Henry to get what he gets, or that it's incredible, man. That they've
yeah,
even been able to crank out several 1,000 yard seasons, even
yeah.
for
I agree.
16 games.
That's a good point. Having more than 22, 24 carries in a game is pretty rare. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's just a numbers game at that point. You're right.
So
So
who you got next, man, on your
You know,
unbreakable list?
speaking of the NFL and to their pass heavy centric offense, this guy achieved so much in the passing game. It's not even funny. Like Mr. Jerry Rice is my unbreakable number two. His career had 1,549 receptions, 22,895 yards. Oh, and just like something like 200 TDs to go along with it in 20 seasons. I mean, Mr. Amazing. I mean, talk about this is another situation where I think longevity and being in shape and never getting injured is what makes these numbers attainable for a guy like Jerry Rice. Can they be attainable for anybody else? I'm not sure, but this 88 tops card is pretty cool. Um, I like it. It's I've always liked Jerry Rice, and to put things in perspective, like if you think, okay, well, there's some good young receivers that are up and coming now. Well, let's talk about one, Jamar Chase, in his career. He's played 5 seasons, 520 receptions, 6,837 yards, and 54 touchdowns. Now, if he spreads that out over 20 years and he stays together with Joe Burrow for another 10, let's say, and they become a cornerstone, all right, maybe we're talking about somebody who gets close, but can they pass him? I don't know. That's gonna be pretty tricky. I mean, the receptions maybe in this day and age, maybe you have a couple of years of 125 or something like that, and then average 100 more for like 8 more years. Could be, but the yardage is pretty impressive too. So I don't know. It's debatable on this one with Jerry Rice, but some pretty impressive numbers.
Well, being a Cowboys fan and having to deal with Jerry Rice for all those years when he was with the 49ers, yeah, just he was greatness, man. And he had excellent QBs with Young and Montana, slinging the rock to him. And certainly, he did his part by reeling in the catch and then, the yards after catch. So, you know, hats off to you, Jerry.
It's got to be a
You got
perfect
a record that probably won't be broken.
it's got to be a perfect storm type of thing. Yeah, you got to be in the right offense, the right time, the right quarterback. It's one of those magical things for some of these records.
Hmm.
So,
Well,
uh,
one theme that I'm noticing between in our comparisons is this thing called longevity in
yep.
the league. And so for me, for my unbreakable, is a man who, at the age of 59 years and 80 days, took the mound for the Kansas City Athletics. Old Satch here, Satchel Paige.
50. Wow, that's
Yeah,
impressive.
59 years of age, man. On this, he's commemorated on this 2023 Topps card. And speaking of serial numbered, it is out of 99.
Oh, sweet. Nice.
But I just, it's a classic look of his active playing days. However, back in the 50s, 40s, but to be at the age of 59 and taking the mound, and then he pitched 3 innings of one hit ball, and to top it off, he didn't give up any runs. It was against the Red Sox. It was on a September 25th, 1965. And they were trying to help him. Obviously, they needed ticket sales for the athletics for the A's in Kansas City, but also, you know, uh, I think they were trying to get Satchel Paige his pension money for his wife and his 8 kids. And so
Okay.
that helped, him kind of get there because they kept him in the bullpen for the remainder of that season.
Yeah. Can you imagine? I mean, 59. I mean, people get hurt. Like walking up their stairs now. Some of these athletes. I mean, there'd be. There's no way. There's no way someone's going to do that.
Well, think about it, man. The next closest current MLB player in age actively playing is Justin Verlander. He's
Yep.
43. Um, so could someone bring someone back on an MLB contract for a day and have him pitch like Satchel did? They could, but I don't think that they'll do that in this day and age. I think
Yeah.
they'll say, hey, that kind of vaudeville and humor acts or those days are gone.
Yeah.
So
But maybe at
it's probably
40.
time for Satch.
Yeah, but maybe at 48. That's
Well,
it.
think about it, man. Julio Franco,
Yep. Yep.
he was I think he was like 49 years old, still hitting home runs.
And
So
I don't think people really knew how old he was.
maybe
His
maybe he didn't know how
documentation.
old he was either.
You know, so yeah, good point. You never know. Well, like speaking of longevity, let's stay on that track and let's stay with players who, just played a long time in their career. This guy is my next unbreakable, Mr. Ricky Henderson. This 1983 Fleer, the silver shoe is a cool card. Ricky Henderson, a Hall of Famer in 2009, all-time leader in stolen bases, 1,406. Runs scored, 2,295. Leadoff home runs, 81, and most stolen bases in a season, 130. I mean, you think about some of those numbers of stolen bases. I mean, I'm not going to say it's a lost art, the stolen bases of moving the player around and getting on and scoring, but he was definitely the king and the premier of that game. I mean, some of those numbers are never going to be touched. Maybe the leadoff home runs someday. There may be somebody who can touch those. But God, the runs scored. I didn't realize that he had that many runs scored. 2,295, and the stolen bases are going to be impossible. I don't think anyone's going to do that.
No, I think that stolen base record is safe as safe gets now.
Yeah, and the next highest major league active player with stolen bases is Sterling Marte with 326. And he's been in the league a few years, so I mean, yeah, sure, maybe he can reach 800. Is what I'm thinking. But as players age, they stop running. Ricky Henderson, I think, was the opposite. I mean, he was fast already, but he just kept stealing bases all the time.
Yeah,
So,
that era of baseball's gone though. That small ball where
right.
get on base and steal second, and then get bunted over to third, or a little like single to third. Like those days are gone. Trying to score runs, it's an all or nothing kind of league, and it's like home run or bust.
Yeah, you got a man on first, and he's taunting the pitcher. He could go, he could not. The batter behind him has to play along with this game as well. Work the pitch count. The guy up there, instead of taking pitches, and the guy at first going, he knows the guy at the plate could hit a home run. So yeah, he's not going to run. So he's
Right.
going to stay on base. So I
You mentioned the taunting thing, and that kind of reminds me of the 1996 World Series between the Indians and the Braves, and Kenny Lofton getting
Eddie
on,
Lofton, yeah,
and man, he got under Greg Maddox's skin.
yeah. Um,
And Maddox was visibly frustrated with, and Lofton stole second, I think, and I mean, and it led to a run before the end of the inning. And you're right, those days of stealing bases are gone.
well, think of the master of that, Ricky Henderson. Ricky Henderson's on base. At some point, you just let him steal, right? I mean, just like go ahead. I mean, you're gonna try anyways. I mean, so yeah, I'd like to see that a small sliver of that era come back and have just a dominant base stealer and have them talk about it on one of their, like a
MLB is
Sunday
trying
night
to do their
baseball.
part that with larger bases,
Yeah,
and with the actual pitch, the clock, so they've got to make some moves, which could lead to mental errors and pass ball and whatnot. So
yeah.
we'll see.
I was talking to my son. My son goes, "Daddy, what about Ellie De La Cruz? He's pretty good. He can steal bases." I'm like, "Okay, I mean, maybe, but he's going to have to do it for another 20 years." So I don't know. It's going to be tricky. So
Some of the modern folks who collect modern players would have thought maybe Ronald Acuna, but he can't stay healthy.
no, see, he's an athlete. He's just, I mean, Ricky Henderson was the premier athlete, I think. And these guys knew how to take care of their bodies in a different way. They're so dialed in now physically with trainers and things. I think it's overexerts muscles. And so a guy goes down, he's out for like 20, 30 games. So maybe back in the day, Henderson missed the weekend. That's it. Or a Tuesday, Wednesday. So,
Right. Well, man,
yeah.
speaking about durability, let's get into old Big Tex here. 1978 tops,
Oh, yeah.
commemorating his 1977 season. But unbreakable record for Big Tex here. It's going to be his 5,714 strikeouts. Like that's a number that I don't think will ever be reached again based on, the modern era of baseball with like pitch count or innings limited or the rotations that are set up. And think about it, man. This guy pitched for, you know, well over 20 some odd years, right?
Yep.
Like
Yep.
he came to the league, I think in like 66 or 67 and left in 93.
I mean, and he was pitching at a high level, like in 1990, 91. I mean, he was still mowing people down. So
Right, right. So that's what I was saying. Like, 1990, I think his last season was 93 active. And so, he had a 20 plus year career of pitching on a regular basis, going complete games, or,
yeah,
that record won't be reached because the closest one right now is, again, Justin Verlander, who's probably going to go down as one of the greats of our era, the current era.
Yeah.
He's got 3,554 strikeouts.
Yeah.
That's like 2,000 off, man. Like
I
that's
know.
there's no way that's going to happen. So,
Yeah.
Ryan, Big Tex, your record's safe.
He is unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
That's right. And dude, flipping to somebody else in baseball who is unbreakable, who has the all-time hits leader in Major League Baseball at 4,256, is this man, Mr. Pete Rose, Charlie Hustle himself. This 86 Donruss card is pretty cool. I remember back in the day pulling a couple of these out of boxes and packs, and it was a big deal. September 11th, 1985, he broke Ty Cobb's record of all-time hits of 4,191, hit his 4,192, and then went on to hit 4,256. I mean, the one thing that I found that was really interesting about this is he's the all-time leader also in singles. He hit 3,215 singles. Pete Rose did. I mean, that's amazing. You think about that. I mean that's a day of just a classic pure hitter, just spraying the ball all over the field. Went with each pitch. Didn't try to do too much. Um,
Yeah, but
it's
his
gonna
motive was get on base
yeah,
and score
yeah,
runs.
get on
And
base
so,
and move, just like kind of a Ricky Henderson. Just get on base and move. Move around, get the run scored. Let's win the game. So the fact that he was such a really good hitter, I mean, it's pretty amazing. I mean, I know we've had a couple players hit 3,000 hits, but 4,000, I think that's a whole nother. I mean, that's a whole nother plateau that's going to be impossible. I can't see that happening. Some people may argue with me, but I'm like, I don't think so. I
well,
mean,
again, he had, that longevity aspect and he played consistently, 25 plus years.
yeah. Well, maybe I could be wrong. Maybe in 80 years comes along somebody who breaks Pete Rose's record. I have no idea, but it's not going to be something that happens in the next 20, probably.
Again, unbreakable record, the hit
Yeah.
king, right?
Yeah. And the next highest, just so you know, for Major League active baseball players, Freddie Freeman. He has 2,526 hits. Now, he's going to hit 3,000, I think. And right behind him is Jose Altuve at 2,446, 2,450, something like that. I think both those guys can reach 3,000. Now, can they play another 8 years and hit 4,000? I don't know. That's going to be impressive. So,
Freeman, I think, has a legit shot.
yeah.
Altuve, you can see his body's breaking down.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed he can get to 3,000 though.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
he's a scrappy player, Altuve. But
It wouldn't surprise
Charlie
me.
Hustle, Pete Rose, that
Yeah.
record, unbreakable, man. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. It's crazy. So that's my next unbreakable, because you think about that, you're like, wow, I can't see that happening in the modern era. So the futuristic era, I have no idea what stands and what's going to happen in baseball. So
Well, we spoke about Hit King and we spoke about King Henry, but then we
yep,
spoke about LBJ, LeBron James, King James here in his record.
there you go.
Yeah, showing off this 2019 Panini card of him doing his like little slam dunk action, but uh, he's got um, he's got 1,297 consecutive games of scoring 10 or more points per game.
Wow.
Now
Okay.
that record came to an end this past last season against the Raptors on April 8th when he scored only 8 points in that game. But to get double digits for that many games, that's unbreakable, man. The current leader next to him would be Kevin Durant with 562 games.
So that's, let's see, 82 game season, assuming that he's played 80 games. I mean, you're talking about it's well over a decade.
Oh,
So
yeah, the
it's
math says that's 800 games. So
yeah.
4-year career,
I mean,
1,600 games. So
wow.
15-year career, 1,200 games. Yeah.
That's and I think, I mean, that particular record will be tough because there's too many days off for some of these players now. And
Well,
I
I'm just
understand.
saying consecutive games played. So when he was in the
Yeah.
lineup, he got his 10 points.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Which makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
But still, I don't think that's a record that can be broken in the modern era. I just don't see that happening.
It's an interesting, I like that. I like that unbreakable, because that's kind of unique. So
Hmm.
you just take it for granted that he's going to score 15, That's what that means. Every time he goes out there, you just know that he's going to do that. like somebody like Luca, like Luca Doncic. You expect him to score 15 to 20 every time he plays. You know,
Right.
so it'll be interesting to see how long his career can go. LeBron was kind of a different beast, though. He started in the league young, and he keeps going. He keeps chugging along.
Well, who you got next for your fifth and final Unbreakable?
Yeah. So here on this, I'm switching. Um, sports from baseball and football and basketball. I'm going with golf. This man right here, Mr. Jack Nicklaus. This is a 1990 Upper Deck card, but Jack Nicklaus is the all-time leader in major championships at 18. Give you an idea, it's the U.S. Open, the Masters, the PGA, and the British Open. Jack Nicklaus achieved the U.S. Open 4 times, Masters 6, PGA 5, and the British Open 3 times. He was also, this is a crazy stat, he could have had way more than that. He was a runner-up in major championships 19 times in his career, which is amazing. So he won 18 of them, and 19 he was second. So, I mean, it's impossible to think of right now. Tiger made a great run, and he had only 15. Tiger's career, I think, could have gone a little bit longer, but things happen over time. The next closest active player in PGA Tour is Rory McIlroy with 6. Now, could Rory get over 10? I think he can. Is he going to approach 18? I doubt it. I mean, that's an unbreakable record.
Tiger was the closest with the hot streak he was on,
Yep.
in the late '90s and early aughts. I don't see that record being broken.
Well, think about the level that Tiger was for those years. I mean, there was Tiger and everybody else. That's what it was. And if he couldn't get there and fell a little bit short, I don't see anybody. The way it's so competitive now and watching so much golf, any of those golfers can win every week. There's not, the dominance is no longer there. Like Scotty Scheffler dominated last year, but he also had a lot of competition. He just figured out a way to win. Now, yeah, that's great to win on the PGA, but to win major championships is a whole nother level. So
Totally.
But I mean, Jack Nicklaus, he's unbreakable. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. He should have had probably 25 major championships.
That close, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, rounding off my five, going back to football, and you could say that this is position specific, but really it's kind of player just being on a team and winning a Super Bowl title. And everyone's probably figured out, hey, who am I going to talk about? Terrific Tom, terrible Tom, Tom Brady. Whichever
Yep.
comes you're taking, he's got 7 Super Bowl titles.
I mean, that's insane. That's
Well,
going to be
yeah,
tough.
showing off this 2003 Black Finest, I think it's called. It's an insert. It's numbered out of 499. Beautiful card. The camera's not going to do it justice. And I'm
Yeah.
not even a huge Tom Brady fan. However, this is a cool card, and that's a record that I don't think gets broken. The next closest QB is Mahomes, and he's
Yep.
got 3
And you could almost see
active.
the dynasty fading a little bit though in Kansas City already. So that's yeah. I don't know who's
Tom
going to.
Brady was the right place, right time, and he's able to
Yeah.
reinvent himself over the years. And I mean, you already think of like Terry Bradshaw, Joe Montana with 4 Super Bowl titles as the greats. Then there's Tom Brady with 7, and then Patrick Mahomes, Troy Aikman, they've got 3. Uh, Getting in that upper echelon it's gonna take a lot of luck and a lot of persistence and longevity on successful teams to get to
Yeah.
7 titles. I don't think
Yeah.
it's broken.
I don't think so either. Even with Kansas City having the coach, they have the upstairs, the owners. I mean, the fan base. They've got Mahomes. Kelsey's going to play one more year. I think that's it. And they have to bring back like Tyreek Hill or somebody to be able to get one more maybe.
I don't think
But
Tyreek Hill puts them over the
but
over the
4 more.
top, but they need to
You,
find a
yeah.
couple more offensive weapons to help.
Yeah, you know what I'm getting at though. I mean, the Patriots drafted the right people for positions for Tom Brady to throw to. I mean, it was one of those. It was a great situation, but they won. Not everybody can win either. So
Well,
yeah, I agree.
let's kind of wrap things up with CardBlitz viewers. If you've got records that you think are unbreakable, Throw them in the comments below. Let Patrick and I know about them. Hopefully, we can address those or some other ones that we find in volume two of Unbreakable. But now it's time to stump Patrick.
All right, I'm ready.
So, we talked about Tom Brady, 7 Super Bowl titles. All right, so we know that's out in the open. My question for you and trying to stump you is, which other quarterback has also won 7 football championships? It could be pre-Super Bowl era. It could be football championships with another league. It could be any combination of.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you 4 choices. Which quarterback has 7 titles? You ready?
Yep.
All right. Is it A, Len Dawson? Is it B, Otto Graham? Is it C, Bart Starr? Is it D, Johnny Unitas?
Bart
One
Starr.
thing that all 4 of your answer choices have in common, they're all from the 50s and 60s. So
Yeah.
no modern era curveballs here. But again, A, Len Dawson, B, Otto Graham, C, Bart Starr, D, Johnny Unitas.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bart Starr. I'm gonna go with those teams of the Packers, and they just rolled for like 8 years in a row or a decade.
If you
So,
went with Bart Starr, like 53.7% of America, you are wrong.
ooh, is it Otto Graham?
It is indeed Otto Graham
Ah,
with
that was my
7
second choice.
titles. He got 4 in the AAFC, the All-American Football Conference, and he got 3 NFL titles in the 50s
Okay,
with the Cleveland Browns.
he was
So,
my next choice because the Browns dominated as well. So
oh, dude, 10 consecutive title game appearances between the AFC and the NFL. Like,
yeah.
that's a record that probably won't be broken either. 10 consecutive title game appearances by a
So
team.
how many did Bart Starr have in total then?
Bart Starr has 5.
Five? Okay. All right.
Three with just NFL titles back in
Yep.
the early 60s, and then Super Bowls 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that would be their 5.
Okay.
Johnny Unitas with 4, Len Dawson also with 4.
That's
AA in
surprising.
the AFL, and then a Super Bowl title.
Okay, I didn't think about that. Len Dawson with four. That's surprising. I would have put him last for sure, but pretty good.
Yeah, hey, a great group of quarterbacks there, man.
Yeah.
All 4 of those answer choices. I don't think people would be turning them away at the door of back in the day, say, hey, you can't be the QB of my team.
Yeah. And what do you do? I throw. Okay, cool. Great. All we do is run around here. So yeah, we need someone who can throw. You're on the team.
How are you with your quarterback sneak, right?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Can you get punished going up the middle? I can do it.
Well, Patrick, man, this has been a blast of an episode. Like I said, I look forward to doing more of these Unbreakable episodes. Like I said, maybe one a year, man. We just find, you
Yeah.
take 5, I take 5. See what CardBlitz viewers they're up there in the comments section, and who knows, based on our research, what else we find on records we think that won't ever be broken in sports.
Yeah, that's a good deep dive into sports because there's a lot of records that are just out there that we don't even know about that are probably very interesting. So I accept the challenge. I like it.
Well, Card Blitz viewers, certainly appreciate you watching this. Without y'all, Patrick and I are, well, we're still talking to each other, but we appreciate y'all being in the room with us and hanging out and, appreciate the likes and the subscribes and y'all sharing out our name and our channel with your friends and fellow hobbyists. So, on that note, Patrick, anything you'd like to wrap up with?
No, it's good. Everyone stay cool. We're in the midst of some summer here, so let's go.
All right. Well, then, on that note, we'll sign off. Y'all take care. See you next time.
See ya.